good coffee. Good morning. It's my first day back at university today officially. Kind of. We only have 2 hours of online classes, but it's still the first day of uni and I do have a lot of uni related stuff to do. I had yesterday as well, but I wanted to start this vlog the day I actually had my first lectures. Also, I really want you to appreciate the fact that I'm filming with the curtains open right now to have natural lighting, but I have like 50 windows right across from my room and I'm so scared right now someone is looking at me talking to, well, no, because I don't think it shows that I have the tripod here, so maybe they think I'm on a phone call at 8:30 in the morning. So, yay! I really need this. I had a really late night, not extremely late, but like 2 o'clock, and I woke up today 7:30 because for some reason I had a lot of anxiety yesterday and I couldn't sleep. And also there were people partying outside, not exactly partying, but you know, like a huge gathering of probably freshers, because they haven't had their freshers week, so they go out in the like space outside the accommodation and like they all talk with each other and they just want quiet down for people who are sleeping. So that was another thing that kept me from sleeping. It's almost 9 o'clock. I need to get ready and also maybe start editing the video I filmed yesterday, which you probably have already watched because this is gonna go up after that video. But yes, I hope you enjoy this vlog, and if you like it, or if you're already liking it, you can just subscribe and you can just continue watching the video. Hi, so it's a little bit later and I'm about to join the first lecture of the day in a few minutes. I honestly have 10 minutes probably, and I thought I should actually tell you a little bit about what my morning is like as a third-year journalism student. So once I get my coffee and well, today I did it after I did my makeup, but usually I do it before because I don't often put on makeup, but for you, I did. So I usually get my coffee and open my laptop, and every day I check the news because as a journalism student, you always need to be prepared and to know what is happening around you. Yes, so I go on The Guardian, I go on BBC, I read through articles and I make some notes. Maybe some ideas might come up at that point and I'll scribble them down so I can check them out later, because I always like to pitch in the morning as well, up until probably 2 o'clock, because I feel after that they might not check the emails and they might get the pitches might get lost, and I wouldn't want that. And I always go on Twitter. I try not to go on Twitter the moment I wake up in the morning, so I always do that in my computer where I can scroll down. I honestly love Twitter. I feel like it's full of ideas. Maybe someone will say something, I'll be like, ooh. Or, I don't know, it's like, I love Twitter. It's full of things and full of ideas and full of news. And it also has perfect accounts for me to check out about jobs and internships and any kind of work placement opportunity, which I do every day since we're in a COVID period where these things are not as easy to find or get. I'm about to start the lecture. It's gonna be an introductory lecture for this year of what we can expect and everything. I still don't know what we should expect. I know I chose live television and radio production, I think it's called, instead of news project. So I think my hand is shaking, so I'm so sorry. I think I'm just gonna set it up. There we go. I think it's better. But yes, I chose live television and all of that. So I have visual journalism, I have advanced broadcast, I have magazine journalism, which I'm so excited for, and it's a module that is gonna last throughout the year, not just first semester. And final project, which will be either me picking something about magazine broadcast or radio, or doing a dissertation. That is it. That's my year, and I will check back with you later because I'm gonna go on my lecture now.
I wanted to have some background music, but I couldn't work out how to share it over Blackboard, so that was a bit of a shame.
Doing a backgrounder on Claudia caused her untold misery and upset, as opposed to somebody going to Joan and asking what she would like to have said about her daughter. They followed their own lines of inquiries without thinking about you.
Hello, so it's 1 o'clock. I just finished my masterclass. It was with Joan Lawrence, who is mother of Claudia Lawrence, a chef that went missing in 2009 from York. I did not film Joan talking because I didn't find it appropriate to, but it was a really moving masterclass and it was a really moving talk. I think I cried the first 3 minutes she started talking. I cried, but it honestly, I feel it made me a better journalist. It taught me a lot about empathy and how you need to gain people's trust and get to know them first sometimes. I'm gonna go and get some lunch, make some lunch now because I'm extremely hungry. So, and kind of like I need to process all of this because we did learn a lot.
I am a child of California. I'm proud to count myself amongst her native sons.
Hello, so I'm heading to university campus because I have a workshop today. It's my only 2 hours of the week that I have university. But first, I'm gonna go and grab a coffee with a friend of mine who I haven't seen in a while. That's the crazy thing with coronavirus, that I'm back in university and I'm about to see people that I haven't seen in 6 months. So it's really exciting. First, because I'm really excited to see her, and second because I'm really excited to go to a cafe. I haven't been in one since I've been back in Sheffield, and I just want to sit down, grab a coffee and social distance from others. But yeah. Hi, sorry. I was going through a group of people and I'm not that confident yet to film in front of a lot of people. Also, I'm very unlucky because it's raining and I had to take a detour because the road was closed, the one that I had to take, and I just climbed a hill and I'm just I haven't worked out in a while. This is difficult for me, but yeah, the rundown of today is that I'm going for coffee, then I have 2 hours of a workshop for TV filming and writing. I think we're gonna edit a video and write a bulletin or something like that, and then I'm part of a live stream for I think it's the editor-in-chief of Grazia with another woman, and it's a really exciting live stream. I learned about it yesterday and I'm hoping I can joining in time because my workshop finishes at 2 and that starts at 2. So we'll see, because I'm not allowed to stay in the university in the building after the workshop is done, so I'm counting on my phone. We're waiting.
Oh, you're
Yes, I am filming. We're waiting for them to clean the room so we can get in
Yes.
and do our workshop. How are you feeling about our first workshop?
Happy, excited.
Yay! With
like-
masks.
Yeah, and finally we get to kind of come to the department.
Yes. I missed this. I think Veronica's outside. Hello! So it's Thursday, it's the next day. I didn't vlog anymore when I came back for some reason. I started editing the previous video and did some work for marketing, so I didn't have the time. But before I get into this day, let me catch you up on what I did yesterday. So we went into the workshop, which was 2 hours. It was fantastic. We watched different videos to different TV packages, and we kind of analyzed them, and it was really helpful in terms of getting to understand the writing behind them, and the professor was amazing. But I couldn't really film because, you know, we're a few people, and if I took out my phone to film, it would be very apparent. And after that I had to run, and that was the funny thing, because the live show was happening. And by the way, it was, I know I probably have corrected it, but it was with Terry White, the editor-in-chief of Empire, and the editor-in-chief of Grazia. So it was a conversation between the two, and then there was a Q&A. So I had to run because I was already late. We finished the workshop 5 past 2, and the workshop and the live show had already begun. So I ran back to the cafe. I went with Bernadette, and I bought a mocha. $2.70, by the way. It's killing me, the prices of drinks in England, but it's fine. It was 15 past, but in the middle of the Zoom call, the connection went downhill and we couldn't hear Terry, so we had to reschedule. So I have time to prepare this time, although I did have one question I wanted to ask, so I'm a bit sad that I didn't get to do that. But yeah, it was really, really good while I was listening to the live show, because she talked about being an editor, what it takes to be an editor as in a magazine, and her balancing author life and editorial life, and it was so inspiring, even though I couldn't hear half of what she was saying. After that, I decided to head back to my accommodation, because, well, I was hungry. I hadn't eaten anything, and on the way there I saw that we have another used bookstore, which is the best thing I've ever discovered. It's a huge bookstore called, I think, Kellam Island Books, and there were so many books. It was beautiful, and I bought one. I wanted to get a thriller because it's October officially, but I couldn't find anything that I knew. I decided I'll kind of do some research, so I bought The Great Gatsby. Yay! There were various editions of this, but I love the Discover. So yeah, I bought this. I don't know if you care, because I should be saying this on my booktube channel, but yeah, I'm really excited to read this because I've wanted to read F. Scott Fitzgerald for a while now. But yeah, so that was my day. I went back and then I was working a bit, and then at night I kind of chilled, so that is it. In terms of today, first of all, it's October 1st. It's officially fall, and I'm so excited. So today I've dressed a little bit like Wednesday Addams. Let me show you. Here we go. So this is the outfit. So what I'm going for here is a mixture of Wednesday Addams, but also Zoom call outfit, which means from here and up, I'm very presentable. From here and down, I'm just wearing socks. Which I'm gonna rectify after the first lecture, because I'm going to a friend's house to watch a movie in between lectures. So I'm gonna wear some pants for that, because otherwise I think I'm gonna embarrass myself. So it's a little bit later. I was supposed to head out at 12, but I got a call and I had to design a poster. It sounds really weird because I'm in journalism, but anyway. So I had to postpone the movie in order to design. I'm now heading to Bernadette's, so actually I'm going to get popcorn first, so we can do the workshop together and then do watch the movie, which I just now realized is 3 hours, so yay. Okay, future editing Anastasia here. I'm gonna take advantage of this random clip of me studying to give you a little bit of a review for The Sound of Music. First of all, I cannot believe it took me so long to watch this. It was amazing. It was 3 hours, which kind of scared me because Lord of the Rings is 3 hours, and that's justified. A random movie shouldn't be 3 hours, but this one was so good. The 3 hours passed by so fast. And I loved how it was a musical. It was about family, friendship, love.
When anything bothers me and I'm feeling unhappy, I just try and think of nice things.
And I love that it didn't just talk about, love and friendship and family and loss, but also about the wartime and the Second World War, and it didn't shy away from these themes. Although, I do have a theory, and I know most of you, if you love The Sound of Music, are gonna hate me because of this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. At the end of the movie, during the last scene, you see them literally just walking around on top of the mountain. Let me tell you, do you see any cities around there? Do you see any towns, any villages? No, which means that they're gonna have to come somewhere. And they don't have anything. They don't have food. They don't have anything. And let me tell you something. Wolves exist and they live on mountains. So my theory is that they either died because wolves killed them or out of starvation. I'm so sorry I just ruined your favorite movie, but that is it for me. Bye bye now. I just realized we have an assessment for magazine journalism for this semester. But it's really exciting because it's all about case studies, and we're just gonna have to find a topic and speak to a lot of different people and write a piece of 1,500 words. And I kind of love long pieces, so I'm really excited. Also, hi, I forgot to film today because, well, it's still 3 o'clock, but I was editing the entire morning because I came back late yesterday, so...
Blackboard to know how we're going to do it, but you will have magazine meetings.
Right.
We'll do freestyle, free lines, it's all in the vibe. It's all in the vibe. Keep dancing, instancy.
Thank you.
My one is pinky one.